Okay, so I don't think anyone was ready for this. Storm has risen from the dead and has leveled up like crazy. I mean, she's even eating spirits like it's nothing. And who's the first person she decides to confront? None other than Sorcerer Supreme himself, Dr. Doom. Now, even though this battle turns out to be pretty one-sided, the outcome, no one could have seen it coming. But that's not all. While all this is going on, Eternity and Oblivion are locked into battle that's been raging for about 3 eons. Now, also, we've all known Storm has been called a goddess for a long time, but what do you even call someone that has gone even beyond that? Welcome back to Keepin' It Comic, and today we're diving into Storm, issue number 5. Alright, so let me just break this down a little bit just in case you're not caught up, because everything here ties into One World Under Doom. So Storm has been dealing with a deadly curse. Yeah, the universe itself is out to kill her. She recently turned to Dr. Voodoo for help after suffering radiation poisoning. Now, a spirit healed her, but of course there was a catch. Storm can't use her mutant powers for 7 days. That's no powers for a week when the universe wants you dead. Crazy, right? During this powerless stretch, she's been putting in work, training with the X-Men and reconnecting with Wolverine. But then, out of nowhere, she gets summoned by God Emperor Doom. Yep, Dr. Doom himself, who also happens to be the Sorcerer Supreme, to discuss some mutant matters. Sounds civil, but we know Doom. The man sets up a lavish dinner for Storm, but when she doesn't respond the way he expected, what does he do? Threatens to kill the chef. Classic Doom move. But Storm being Storm, she wasn't having it. She instantly uses her powers despite knowing the cost. And that's when the spirit, Egan, stepped in, taking her life. So yeah, you can say Dr. Doom indirectly killed Storm. But here's the wildest part. That single act? It was all Eternity needed to name Storm his heir. You heard right. Storm's gone from goddess to something even greater. Now this situation with Storm right now, she's kind of like Phoenix and Jean Grey, where sometime it's Jean, other time Phoenix is in full control. So we're gonna call her Eternal Storm. And currently she's still in Latveria right now, and she's dealing with this spirit, Egan, who you can see he's pleading for his life. He says, please, I saved your life. And Eternal Storm says, my host body's life, not mine, and you took it back. Fret not, Egan. You are a spirit. You will never truly die. But under colossal atmospheric pressure, you will take the form that I can easily consume. And you can clearly see he's been put into a jawbreaker, basically, and swallowed whole. And then Eternal Storm swoops down, and this is a badass scene. And she says, now you. And Doom says, no, you were the one in danger here. You brought a demon to my nation, demolished my abode, and endangered my people in your reckless brawl with said demon. Leave my nation at once, or face the wrath of Doom. And man, I gotta say, yo, her glow up is so phenomenal. Every time we keep seeing Storm, she keep getting hotter and hotter. Now, before I get too into this whole fight that's about to happen between Storm and Dr. Doom, I gotta just give you a little history that's been going on for about 3 billion years. Because we get a shot of Eternity, Oblivion, and the Living Tribunal. And you know, anytime these three are together, there's definitely mayhem going on. And just in case you don't know, very few beings are as crucial or as powerful as these three. These cosmic entities aren't just characters. They represent the fundamental forces that keep reality itself in balance. Eternity, the living embodiment of the entire universe, first appeared in Strange Tales issue 138. Eternity represents all of existence, every star, planet, dimension, and even time itself. When the universe faces threats that can shatter reality, characters like Doctor Strange turn to Eternity for guidance. He's not just a powerful being, he is the universe. Eternity's counterpart is Infinity, who represents the vastness of space. Together they maintain the flow of time and space, ensuring everything runs as it should. However, for every force of existence, there must be balance. And that's where Oblivion comes in. See, Oblivion is the complete opposite of eternity. While eternity embodies all that is, Oblivion represents all that isn't, the void of non-existence. Making his debut in Iceman issue number 1, Oblivion is the inevitable end, the silence after the universe's song. But don't confuse him with a villain. Oblivion isn't evil. He simply is the counterweight to ensure not everything lasts forever. Without endings, there could be no beginnings. Oblivion often acts through avatars like Maelstrom, who in Quasar issue 25 tries to bring everything back into the void. But when the balance between these cosmic foes threatens the multiverse itself, there's only one being who can judge: the Living Tribunal. Now, the Living Tribunal was introduced in Strange Tales issue 157. Now, he is the ultimate arbiter of cosmic justice, with 3 faces: equity, vengeance, and necessity. The Tribunal ensures no single universe gains too much power, risking the stability of the entire multiverse. The Living Tribunal's authority is so absolute that even Eternity and Oblivion must respect its rulings. In Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 6, despite the universe teetering on the brink under Thanos' control, the Tribunal refuses to intervene because the cosmic balance wasn't truly broken. However, when the Tribunal does act, it can reshape entire realities. Its fall, as seen in the New Avengers issue number 30, sends shockwaves across the multiverse, signaling a catastrophic shift in the cosmic order. Together, Eternity, Oblivion, and the Living Tribunal represent the core forces of the Marvel's cosmic narrative: existence, non-existence, and the judgment that keeps them in check. Without them, the Marvel Universe wouldn't just fall apart, it would cease to matter. Now here's another cool fact. Eternity and Oblivion have been fighting for ages, for eons. And if you look at all those skulls that are on Oblivion's waist, those are actually the skulls of all the heirs that he's defeated during these battles. But they usually ended swiftly and with a beheading, just like Eternal Storm tried to do to Dr. Doom. But unfortunately for her, he was 2 steps ahead. He said none could defeat Doom. And Eternal Storm says, "Before your planet, your sun, your moon, I was. Yet, I have known defeat. You will learn humility by my hands." And hold up a minute. We have Dr. Dooms being electrocuted, frozen. There's multiplying Dr. Dooms everywhere. This is crazy. And all in the meanwhile, the real Dr. Doom is still eating his dinner. And as Eternal Storm barges in, Dr. Doom says, "If you expect me to beg and grovel, then you have surely mistaken whose presence you're in. If you expect me to be afraid of you, then you do not know whose body you have taken possession of. Aurora Monroe will not allow you to take the life of an unarmed man. She will reassert herself if you try." And all of a sudden, Eternal Storm's hands start shaking, trembling. Eternal Storm says, "You seem to know my host a great deal. Very well, Victor Von Doom. It seems you have escaped certain death." And Doom replies, "It is death who evades my wrath." And it seems like these cosmic entities are at it again. Oblivion states, "I have been without Death's presence for 3 eons. My existence has been colder, incomplete, and lonelier without her troubles. I want my sister back." And Eternity says, "By all means, you can have Death back. I am nothing if not reasonable." Oblivion questions, "I can have her back? You greedy robber?" And can I just say this snake form is friggin' awesome. And he continues, "Where in the Oblivion void will I now house my precious sister? Where in my realm hasn't your insatiable self spread to? All you do is take and take, yet internally hunger for more." And as Oblivion squeezes him, Eternity says, "It is not what I do, Oblivion. It is not who I am." And Eternity says, "Then existence would be better without you in it. I move for eternity's end, the collapse of the universe, so that I might reunite with my sister once again, so I might have enough room to contain her once more." And the friggin' Tribunal comes out of nowhere and smashes his hammer right across Oblivion's face. and says, "The will of the one above all is for the primordials to always be. Who are you to question that will and move to the end of eternity? Who are you? Motion denied. And your right to convene another trial is permanently revoked. You shall forever spend all of your existence separated from your twin." And then it happened. Even though all four of the primordials, eternity, affinity, oblivion, and death would deny any such thing happening, the one above all, from their realm on high, saw it all. The living tribunal saw it as well. The prideful oblivion shed a tear for his sister. The one above all was moved. This even shook Asgard. The eternity of existence trembled. It even made Phoenix call out for Aurora. And then the living tribunal said, "Motion carried. A trial by combat shall be held. Oblivion versus eternity. To the victor, there waits limitless eons of unbound sovereignty and freedom to house affinity, death, and whatsoever they so choose. But the defeated shall be hammered into a speck, uninhabitable to even an atom or thought. Eternity, who shall be your champion and fight on your behalf? Who shall aid the universe? Whose valor do you trust to deliver you from oblivion?" And what do we get? We get a picture of Storm around a bunch of hippos crying. And I thought that was a really good read. I won't say perfect, but it was good. It started off very strong and definitely died out. And I don't know how I feel about that. And what is going to happen with Storm after this cosmic battle? I mean, we know they're not going to kill Storm off permanently, but you also can't keep her this powerful. So what are we going to get out of this? I don't want to see her take off and be a Phoenix #2. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your comments below. Don't forget to like this video. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Join our Patreon and follow our social media as well. Links are in the description. And until next time, thanks for kicking it with Keeping It Comic.